welcome back everyone, and here we are on Total War Rome 2, and we are back with another... Actually, it's not even really an in-house, it's kind of a mixed house here, because, well, you'll find out here in a little bit. This is on the settlement of Carthage, and we've got a 4 versus 4. This one was sent in by Tityrond. Now, real quick, before we get started, I just want to take a moment and give a quick shout out. There has been a big increase of activity on the channel recently. A lot of views on recent videos. I don't know if the algorithm is just in my favor at the moment, but all I've got to say is to all the new people, welcome to the Dragon Corps, and welcome to these epic battles. Take a moment, if you would, and please hit that subscribe button so you can come back and watch videos with us again, and make sure to join the Discord if you would like to get in on these games. Now, let's now get into the players. For the defenders, first off, we have got RDI being commanded by Tityrond himself. Then we have got Nabatea being commanded by Smoke Grenadiers. We've got Syracuse being commanded by, I believe, so the name is Architect, but I think this is Everos from the Dragon Corps. Then finally, we have got Nervii being commanded by Mexi. So we have a couple Patreon members here. Tityrond's a Patreon member, as well as Mexi. Now for the attackers, we have got some big names here. For Carthage, we've got none other than Bearded Warman himself, another one of the backseat generals. Then we have got Swaby being commanded by, once again, none other than Gorm Mjolnir, who is, as well, another one of the backseat generals. Make sure to check out their channels. Their channel is in the description. We have allied with them. We've got Bactria being commanded by another Patreon member, RD Knight. And finally, Arverni being commanded by Centurion. Now, Carthage is kind of a tough map, guys, okay? The thing about Carthage is that it's very small, especially given on a 4v4, okay? Majority of the combat tends to take place right in here, and as you can see from the current state of things, it is very hard for the defenders to place their stuff. There was a little bit of some stuff hidden over in a forest over here that is now getting bullied into submission by Nervii. Gosh. Fierce Swords coming in, and then you got RDI over here as well. Mercenary Celtic Warriors. Fierce Swords are really good at charging into things and killing them. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's a cool screenshot. Cav charging in on the Eastern Spearmen. Got to be careful, the Eastern Spearmen aren't that great, but they do have a really big bonus versus large. So they just want to be a little bit careful on that. I guess it isn't a general, so they could do whatever they want. Eastern Spearmen are also super cheap. Now you can see it looks like the defenders are actually giving up the outer courtyard here. They seem to be defending back behind it, which is an interesting choice. If you've seen any of my Carthage videos before, I always talk about the control center of this tower, because this tower's range goes up like that. I mean, it's a pretty good range, and it means that if the defender or the attackers take control of it, they could do a lot, that tower could do a lot of damage all by itself. So this is an interesting move that you don't see very often, a big push over in this direction by Bactria and Carthage. There's actually a lot of death been dealt out already. Got Balearic Slingers on the wall from Syracuse looking down on the enemy. Sorry, the wall's a little bit buggy when you get down on the, camera view there. I'm kind of surprised that they're actually not shooting over here. They could probably get a really good shot. Syracuse also has a thorax sword sitting right outside Actually, two, or a thorax and a Samnite sitting right outside the walls here. Just really being a nuisance. 30 kills. This one's at 85 kills, the thorax. Could have got some thorax v thorax. So, interestingly, a lot of people call this the Gorm strat because Gorm does this a lot. Being used actually against him, although Swaby's over here, but still. They actually did break down a couple walls over here. You can see they've broken down these two walls. It gives them a pressure point here while they could also hit here. Over on the right, seems to be just kind of pretty easy so far. Celtic Warrior versus Thorough Spears and Celtic Warriors. That Celtic is going to get annihilated because it's surrounded. You can see the Sally out forces returning to the city. I like the, what do we got? The Tarantine Cav? Mercenary Tarantines? Yep. RDI can't bring a whole lot of range. Basically, most of the range units are like Peltis or Slingers. So I kind of like the idea of bringing, instead of a stagnant force like the Slinger or the Peltis, bringing the ranged Cav could actually be kind of fun. I am a bit surprised that he didn't try to get them out of the city very quickly, just to make use of their speed and their range getting out into the open field. Libyan infantry and Gallic warriors not having a great day so far. This Libyan threw a couple jabbies and hasn't done much after that. Thorax, oh man, look at this Thorax from Syracuse. 233 kills with a Chevron. And now he's going to turn around into the Gallic Warriors. He's pretty banged up. He's only got 80 men left, so about half strength. And then we've got a Libyan and a Thorax. Also, looks like two of them coming in on one Thorax from Syracuse, with an Illyrian Marine in backup here. Then you got the Nabatean Heavy Archers taking the hill. Pretty standard. It's pretty standard that the defenders have archers on this hill. It has a pretty good vantage point over this entire area. One downside, of course, is that it is pretty susceptible to artillery fire. I think he's using the spear to try and burn down the gate, possibly. He could also be using it just to ensure that they can't come out against his archers. Nope, and then he's going after the gate. Boom! Called it! It's not a bad move to have this unit here anyways, though. Having the archers over here, you could see, is allowing him to get that advantage of the flank here, which is going to allow him sword-side shots onto RDI. Illyrian Thorough Spears and Mercenary Celtic Warriors. Now, these Mercenary Celtic Warriors, I'm pretty sure were already tiered up before the fight. So it's not like they have 168 kills with 3 chevrons. That would be ridiculous. Arverni and Swaby actually making pretty good progress, especially given the fact that they're able to get Swaby in without too much archer fire. You know, Nervii is the nearest archers here and doesn't have great setup positions to deal with the archers that are hitting him. Swaby's general already into the front here. Look at that. I think he's got to be careful because what we're probably going to see here is going to be a lot of concentrated archer fire on his general, which is not considered a general snipe. His general is in the combat. He is fair game. I bet you that's Nabatea shooting at him right now. He's pretty strung out. His unit is real all over the place. I don't think he actually got a very good charge there because of that. He's got 102 kills right off the bat. So what he's doing, he's risking putting in that heavy hitter right now because he's banking on the fact that they won't have any units there to stop it, right? Because a lot of people don't put their really good units in early on, mostly due to the risk of archer fire. So he is running that risk to try and get a heavy hitter in right here, right now, because what that could allow him to do is chew through these lower tier units, the mid tiers and the low tier units. Like these thorax or mid tier, they can't stand up to a thorax or to a sword master, excuse me. Now, what is probably hurting him is he's not trying to do anything to back off these Nabateans. There's only 2 of them here, so if he brought in like 3 or 4 of his Kimbries, he probably could push them away. Oh, look at this. He's got 2 of his Kimbries all the way over here, hitting into the Nervii Gallic Hunters. And the Gallic Hunters don't have a great position to fire back, but they are firing back, and he is about to be extremely outnumbered here. But he might get one. He's risking losing this archer just to get that one. If I was him, I would advance these archers up into the shadow for now, get them out of that position. They're actually making great headway right now. He needs to get another unit in to hit that, and then Arverni probably needs to go in there, and they need to move more units over to this position. We do have 3 berserkers. 3 berserkers for Swaby. Interesting. 4 berserkers for Swaby. Interesting. Very interesting. Swordmaster, 160. The last time we looked at him, he was at 100, I think. And now he's 163 with 62 men left. And I think that's the attacking artillery hitting. Let's see, what do we got here? Bactria has got 72 kills. Arverni's got 168, so Arverni's doing really well. Bactria, I'm wondering, where is his ballista? Or did he just leave his... No, because that's the Carthaginian one. So where was... Oh, it's over here. I'm not 100% sure why it's over here. I wonder if he accidentally put it there, or maybe thought it had better range than it did. I'm not sure. So you can see they have given up on the assault over there, and they basically just kind of set up a wall, preventing Syracuse from trying to do something here, so that they can continue hitting this spot. What they probably should do is maybe advance this wall a little bit further up to something like that, so that they could maybe get their archers up and hit the back sides of this. I am surprised that the defenders... Well, they couldn't. Okay, so it's a good point. I was going to say I'm surprised they didn't hold the tower better, but they can't because of the gap in the wall. They lost their initiative here, so RDI is going to take a unit in, and he's going to put a plug on this. Even if he loses this, he is preventing them from putting more units through the gate. And if he gets more units up, that's going to be a really big missed opportunity. Words. And it's going to be a very big missed opportunity for Swaby. And interestingly, Gallic Hunter's coming out of the walls here. Intriguing. So we got Osworn back here. The RDI's Mercenary Tarantine Gavs are sitting over here waiting to do something. You can see a lot of the attacking archers are now within the settlement walls. Ooh. I think that's probably Bactria, or, yeah, Arverni. Bactria. Yeah, 83 kills now. He only had like 70-something for the last time we looked. Ooh, Syrians wavering, 38 kills. Ouch. Kind of looks like he got bullied by some Balearic slingers there, which is rough. When you can get those flat arc positions here, those Balearics are dirty, dirty, dirty. A lot of archer fire coming in on the Nabateans, though, so... But look at that, Nabatean heavy archer with 203 kills. Whoo, boy. That's painful. Carthaginian cav. Maybe getting a little bit of a... So it looks like Bactria actually had, like, pushed forward a little bit here. And now Syracuse is kind of pushing him back. So, look at this. Arverni actually got an O sworn in. Sorry, I was silent there for a sec, just assessing the situation. But that O sworn just ate right through that Nabatean swordman, and now he's going to get a countercharge from some fierce swords. But look at that. We got O sworn and Libyan infantry. Libyan infantry is a small unit, and they're going to sneak around. But it looks like the Nabatean sword probably going to come in and clean that up. Oh. Gallic Hunters 108, 126, 119 on the Nabatean heavies. Still got some archers here from Bactria. But we do have Syracuse has a Greek Scorpion, 127 kills. Once again, it's that flat arc there, man. They can just shoot right into whatever they want. Thorax hoplites here. Interesting, some fire arrows coming in. He's trying to break the fierce swords, and he broke them. So once again, gaining some ground. That Oathsworn seems to be putting in some work, gaining them a lot of foothold, a lot of space with these lower tier units. One of the Berserkers has now gone in as well. But RDI gonna jabby the hell out of that. 18 kills, 19 kills.
Wait here.
RBI still has plenty of troops back here. What, 3 Fierce Swords sitting there? Oh my god. Armored Desert Hoplite, 6 of them sitting there. So a lot of the defending big guns haven't even gone in. Bounce power, I would say, is in the defenders' favor. It's not, like, huge, but it is in their favor. Carthaginian Cav making it in. There is a gap there, so I'm assuming he just snuck through. And he's getting into the archers, and that's painful. He is getting into some valuable stuff, although I'm betting that those Nabatean heavies are probably mostly out of ammo. And then getting some good jabbies here, Chosen Swords, jabbing right in. Oathsworn, 146 kills now. Not a bad push here by the attackers. Not a bad push at all. My one thing I've got is I think that they lost a pretty good chunk of stuff on this over here. And I'm wondering whether or not that's going to come back and bite them in the ass. We're about to find out. Oh, look at the back. Look at the back. Night Hunters from Swaby killing the Noble Horse. They actually... So there was a unit back here, but I thought it was... like a hoplite or something. Oh, look at that. There was a unit back here. Well, no, that looks like a Swaby unit, doesn't it? Yeah. So it looks like Swaby was engaging some of that. So the Nervii Cav, I think, came back here. And I don't know if they saw the Night Hunters at some point. I'm not sure. But they did go back there. But the Night Hunters seem to have won. Wondered if there's more than one Night Hunter. And they are now somewhere loose. They're making their way this way. I don't think they're going to be able to back cap. It's just, I don't think it's in the books for them. You got the Nabatean Noble Cav is going to go that way. You have 3 Tarantines sitting there. The Tarantines, all they've got to do is sit there and jabby the hell out of them, and they've got that done. The Night Hunters do not have super good armor on them, so the Tarantine Cav are going to do some work on them. They're actually doing a pretty good job of breaking through some of these units. Some of these Nabatean units are breaking pretty healthy. Swaby's biggest downside, his general, I believe, is dead. Doesn't say anything about it, but yeah, he's dead. I was about to say, wasn't saying nothing, but it finally said it. Factory into a garden here. That Swordmaster General is still there. The General is dead, but the unit is still there. But, man, when these Armored Desert Hoplites get up here into combat, this is going to be rough. There's the Night Hunters again. They've got 63 kills. Nabatean Noble Cav's got to be careful if he's got Javies left, but it doesn't look like he does. He does have 15 bonus versus large, and he's got counter cavalry tactics. Interesting, he went triangle formation here. See if he does anything here. He got 2 kills, it looks like. Oh, too late on the fierce charge. Or the frenzy charge, excuse me. He was a little bit late on those. And here come the Armored Desert Hoplites getting in. Nervii is now engaging more and more units here. He's got his Oathsworn General in, as well as the Arverni. The Arverni Oathsworn General is also in. So we have Arverni versus Nervii. And here comes some Chosen Swords and some Libyan Peltis, but they're going to get stopped by a Fierce Sword charge. Oh, Chosen Swords turn and fight. Dry fire on the Chosen Sword Javelin. Libyan Peltis are moving over this way. Walk this way. Oh, look at this. Some pikes. Got thorax pikes from Bactria. They kind of push forward, but they're actually smart moves. They're pulling back so they don't get outflanked. Ooh, are they going to... They might be able to get in here behind that pike. Syracuse is sticking the pike in position. I wonder if he's going to try and sneak a unit behind it through that breach. Armored Desert Hoplites are all set up the way they need to. All they got to do is hold that spot. Fierce Swords, 55 kills. The problem with Fierce Swords is they're very, very high octane units. You have to keep them, cycle charging. You need multiple units kind of going in and out here. One unit typically isn't good enough because when you run away, you're taking those really big penalties of leaving combat, while, typically, usually you can throw a unit in at the same time as it's leaving and it's not as bad. And you can also, it allows you to continuously get those charge bonuses, which the Fierce Swords have a very large charge bonus. See, where is that? 37, and then if they use their Frenzy, it's even bigger. I can't even remember what it's at. So got a Libyan Hoplite out here. Now, if they can finish these units out here, that would be pretty good for them. But it looks like Syracuse is going to win this. Carthaginian Cav just being kind of a nuisance. Pretty sure these units are out of Javies. Now, the Balearics and Archers, let's see, where are they at? One Balearic, 157, 211 on the other one. Got some Archers with 87 kills moving up. The Syracuse Scorpion, 206. The RDI, 159. Bactria's Pikes have now gone in. They're in an awkward position, though, Got Illyrian Marines and the pikes going at it here on the stairway. The stairway's really going to really mess up the thorax pike, and especially you're going to get a thorax sword going to come hit him in the back. Oathsworn in on the Armored Desert Hoplites. 334 kills. Pretty darn good. 91 on Chosen. Armored Desert Hoplites 11 and 2. 64 on Nabatean Sword. Now you got the Illyrian Noble Hoplite in combat. 37, 38 kills. Fierce Swords, I don't know. Okay, they are turning. I wasn't sure if they were going to go reinforce this. Got the Oathsworn 156 with 2 chevrons. Damn, that is good. He did spend some time fighting the Nervii Oathsworn, so you got some good quality kills there. And here comes more Nabatean heavy, or Nabatean armored. Whatever those things are called, Armored Desert Hoplites from Nabatea. There you go. Something like that. Libyans 179.
Move it!
These Armored Desert Hoplites are going to be really tough to get through. It's going to be tough. Oh, and Carthage also has an African pike here. But it's just an awkward spot. As you get into this area, you have this you have to deal with, and you have this to deal with. So if you don't have enough troops, it can be tough to cover both spots. And pikes are very, very, very fragile when it comes to getting hit in the side or back. So Libyan Hoplites moving back. Oh, so the RDI Tarantine Cav came out. Got 15 kills. Being chased away by a Carthaginian Cav. General's bodyguard. I think he was just trying to zone him out. Bounce power is pretty heavy in the defender's favor. It's been a pretty good attack, though. Honestly, I just think that there was a bit too much of the. I really do think that. Let me correct myself. I really do think that this was the big what changed the battle. Losing this area here and losing a lot of troops in that spot, I think really hurt this overall attack. A lot of those troops would really be evening out the balance of power at this point. And right now, I just think they don't have enough troops. I think that's really what it came down to. Because honestly, this was a really good attack. Honestly, I can't think the last time I saw the attackers have this successful of a attack taking this hill area here. They broke through this like nothing. Did really, really well there. I just think that was the problem, was that area there. And it's one of those things that once it's done, it's done. There's not a whole lot you can do about it afterwards. It's kind of a coulda, woulda, shoulda type thing. And you go on and you learn next time, right? Sam Knight Warriors 216. Honestly, well played both sides. Really, really well played. I enjoyed this one a lot. That attack on this area was really fun to see. I think it was really beneficial for the attackers. Throwing in those high-tier units early on allowed them to really just bust through those mid-tier units of the defenders really, really fast. They just ran out of gas, and it happens, and it's okay. It's okay. 146 on the Chosen. They actually got 2 Chosens here. 78 on one. Fierce Sword's 218 with 2 chevrons. Wow. 190 on the Illyrian Noble Hoplite. Yeah, as you can see, we are just kind of on the very end of this battle. It's basically just in a cleanup phase, just dealing with a couple of the leftover units. General's Bodyguard 203. Still got a Libyan over here, 179. Not bad, not bad. African Pikes came back. Don't worry, guys. That's going to be the game changer. And I think soon, yep, army losses. Syracuse General is dead as well. 70 men, and he lost his gen. That's a bit unlucky. It's not super crazy, you know what I mean? I've definitely seen worse, you know, losing your general with like 80 or 90 men in it, but it's unlucky. Unfortunately, losing the gen in this game is basically just RNG. It's random number generated. But obviously, the smaller the unit becomes, the more likely that the general is to die. So, and I think that that's about it, guys. We're going to go and fast forward to the end. We just have this one kind of unit back here. There it is. All right, let's look at some kills. All right, so first off, let's look at the defenders. We got Smoke Grenadiers, 16-18 as Nabatea. Archers did really, really well there, but honestly, he doesn't have a lot of kills because half of his army barely fought. That right there, you know what I mean? Look at the KDR. You know what I mean? Titty Rond as RDI, 2,267 kills. Really, really well done. Illyrian Marines, 201, 201. Celtic Warriors did really good there. Oh, and I forgot to say, they also lost a lot on the other side of the map, which I think was Bactria. I can't remember. I don't know if he was trying like a sneaky thing and then realized when it was, wasn't going to work, he tried to get out and they stopped him. I'm not sure. RD, if you're watching the video, let me know in the comment, were you trying to be sneaky on the left side of the map from the attacker's perspective when those units came out of the forest? Was that supposed to be like a sneak attack, or just curious what was the attack plan? We got Architect here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is Everos. The Balearics did really well. 179 on the Thorax, 284 on look at that, 284 and 293 on the Sam Knights. And finally, Mexi as Nervii with 2,163, doing really well there with his Fierce Swords here. Look at that, 262, 235, 245. Now for the attackers, we got Bearded Warman as Carthage, 1,940 kills. Not a bad number, not at all. 146 on the whatever this thing's called, the artillery. Archers, two of them probably could have done a little bit better. 118 on the other one. 119 on African Pike. I'm not sure where this one was. If it was on that kind of right-sided area, I'm not sure. The Libyans actually did really well, 216. Then we got Centurion as Arverni, 2,120. Both Osworn did really, really well. He's leading the attackers here. Then pretty much all of his chosen did pretty good. A couple of them, you would like to see do a little bit better, but that's all right. RD, I think he just had that rough time losing those couple units on the left and then losing those couple units on the right-hand side. And that's okay. It happens. Finally, Gorm as Swaby, 1,820, doing pretty good there. Look at that. He had one Berserker do really well, 263, although it did only get one Chevron. 218 on the General. His Archers, two of them did pretty good there. And then all of these, remember, they were pre-chevroned. But they did get pretty good kills, 136, 143. Well, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.